Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about servicing the pup tent. The pup tents are emergency shelter, and although they don't get used very often, they do spend a lot of time on half units and are very susceptible to getting damp and getting wear. So the first thing you do is do a general check round, just looking for wear. One of the areas that's very susceptible to wear is the apex of the tent, just here. So the tent we're working on today obviously hasn't got too much wear around here. You can see there's only some slight abrasion. Here's one that we've repaired previously. You can see there's been a lot of wear just on the tape where the guy ropes come through and a small hole. So we've patched that and seam sealed it. So once you've checked the apex and the pole sleeves for any holes or abrasions, your best bet is to get inside the tent, and then you can look out through the ventile and look for any holes. It's also a good opportunity to check out the ground sheet. Okay, so once you've checked the inside and you're happy with everything there, work your way around the tent looking at the guy ropes and the balance and the poles. On the guy ropes, you're just checking down the length of the rope, checking for any nicks or abrasions. Have a look at the toggles, check they're not cracked, see if they need any linseed on them, and check that the knots are still tight. With the valance, you're looking for any shovel nicks or obvious tears. And on the poles, check that they're good and straight along the length of them. They've still got the spikes in the base, and that the tension on the outer is still good. And then you just basically work your way around the tent, looking at all four corners and all the guys. Okay, so once you've checked the tent and you're happy with the tent, just check everything else that comes with it: the ground sheet, the pegs, and the tent bag. In the bag, you should have 9 small pegs for the tent. Just check that they're all in reasonably good nick, not too bent or dinged, and you should have 9. Ground sheet, just check for any rips or tears, mildew. And the actual tent bag is often the thing that needs the most repairs on. These get very worn by the lash lines and they'll normally need patching. So once you're happy with the tent, it's time to pack it away, and there's just a couple of little things to note when you're rolling these up. As you roll them, make sure all the toggles are tucked into the ground sheet so they can't abrade through the ventile. Roll them up good and tight, because it's quite a tight fit to get these in the bags. So the ground sheet's there to provide a spare for your pyramid tent, but it's also to protect the ventile of the pup tent when it's on the sledge. When you roll it up in the ground sheet, ensure all the ventile's covered and can't get abraded by lash lines. When you're tying up your tent, make sure you use a releasable knot so that if the cord gets iced up, it's still easy to release. So every tent has a unique number, and this allows us to look in the tent log and see what it's done and what repairs have been done. And we include in this a classification: very good, good, or moderate. You'll find this in the front of the tent logbook. These tents are for emergency use, so they need to be in really good nick before they go out deep field. Very good tents have nothing wrong with them, are in perfect nick to go deep field. Good tents have slight repairs to them. And moderate tents are mainly used for depot work and static camps, whereas poor tents are just used for work or poo tents. Once you've finished with the tent, mark it up so that we know it's been serviced.